In the peaceful suburban neighborhood of Amityville, there stands a house that has gripped the world in a chilling tale of horror. Nestled among picturesque homes, the Amityville house, with its distinctive quarter-moon windows, presents an eerie contrast to the tranquility of its surroundings. It's a house that has become synonymous with terror, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead seems to blur. In November of 1974, this house was thrust into the limelight, forever etching its name into the annals of supernatural lore. The DeFeo family, who were occupying the house at that time, were brutally murdered under circumstances that defy logical explanation. The quiet facade of the Amityville house belies a past steeped in blood and horror, a past that refuses to be forgotten. In the still of the night within these walls, a family was brutally murdered, setting off a series of inexplicable and terrifying events. On a cold November night in 1974, the tranquility in the DeFeo household was shattered forever. In the quiet town of Amityville, New York, a horrific tragedy unfolded that would chill the bones of those who dared to whisper of it. The DeFeo family, well respected and liked by their community, would fall victim to a brutal act that no one saw coming. The family consisted of Ronald and Louise DeFeo and their 5 children. Their eldest son, Ronald DeFeo Jr., known as Butch, was a troubled young man with a volatile temper. On that fateful night, the unimaginable occurred. Butch, in a frenzy of violence, mercilessly took the lives of his entire family. The horrific scene was discovered the next day, and the peaceful community was left reeling in shock and grief. Butch was quickly arrested, and during his trial, he made a chilling claim. He stated that in the weeks leading up to the murders, he had been hearing voices that weren't human, voices that commanded him to kill his family. The court was left stunned. Was this a desperate plea for an insanity plea, or was there something more sinister at play? Psychologists and investigators grappled with the terrifying testimony. Some speculated that Butch was mentally ill. Others wondered if he was under the influence of drugs. Yet there were those who considered a more chilling theory. Could it be possible that Butch was influenced by an unseen malevolent force? A force that resided within the walls of their family home? The house, an impressive Dutch colonial, had stood proudly on Ocean Avenue for many years. Yet, in the wake of the DeFeo family tragedy, it seemed to loom ominously over the town. Its once welcoming windows now stared blankly, as if hiding the dark secrets within. In the aftermath of this bloodbath, the house stood empty, a silent testament to the horrors it had witnessed. The DeFeo family tragedy would become the catalyst for a series of chilling events that would transform the house into a symbol of terror, forever etched in the annals of supernatural lore. A year later, the Lutz family, unaware of the house's blood-stained history, moved in, marking the beginning of a 28-day nightmare. The Lutz family, a picture of American normalcy, found themselves in the throes of a chilling supernatural ordeal. Their dream home, a beautiful Dutch colonial house in the quiet town of Amityville, became their worst nightmare. Their experiences were far from the ordinary. The family began to notice inexplicable cold spots in various parts of the house. These were not the usual drafts found in old homes, but bone-chilling cold pockets that seemed to appear out of nowhere. The chill was so intense that it could make one's teeth chatter in the middle of a warm, sunny day. But the peculiarities didn't stop there. The house was often filled with foul odors, as if something was rotting within its walls. The stench was unbearable, permeating every corner of the house, making it almost impossible to breathe. Adding to their discomfort, the house seemed to be a magnet for flies. No matter the season, swarms of flies would appear, clustering around windows and doors as if drawn by some unseen force. They buzzed incessantly, their presence an ominous sign of the house's dark aura. And then came the terrifying visions. The Lutz family claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions, specters that sent shivers down their spine. These visions were not mere figments of imagination, but tangible forms that seemed to exist in the realm of the living. They saw figures with glowing eyes, heard strange voices whispering in the dark, and felt unseen hands touching them. In the end, the terror became too much to bear. The Lutz family made the decision to flee, leaving in such haste that they abandoned their belongings. They left behind not just a house, but a place tainted with unspeakable fear. The Lutz family fled the house, leaving behind their belongings, their dreams, and a house filled with unspeakable fear. The Amityville house, once a symbol of their aspirations, had become a chilling testament to the supernatural. As news of the Lutz family's experiences spread, the Amityville house became a subject of fascination and controversy. The Lutz family's harrowing tales of supernatural happenings caught the public's attention like a moth to a flame. The media was abuzz with stories, and paranormal investigators lined up for a chance to explore the infamous house. Yet, the more the tale spread, the more it was scrutinized. Inconsistencies began to emerge, casting doubt on the Lutz family's accounts. The family, who had fled from the house, leaving their belongings behind, were now seen capitalizing on the story. This led some to question their motives. Prominent among the skeptics was Dr. Stephen Kaplan, a self-proclaimed vampire hunter and parapsychologist. He accused the family of fabricating the haunting as a money-making scheme. According to Kaplan, there were no malevolent spirits in the house, only the echoes of a tragic past. His skepticism was shared by others, who saw the Lutz's tale as nothing more than an elaborate hoax. Yet there were those who firmly believed in the haunting. Renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren were among those who stood by the Lutz family's claims. After conducting their investigation, the Warrens declared the house genuinely haunted. According to them, the presence they encountered was as dark and malevolent as the Lutz family had described. The house was eventually resold, and while subsequent owners reported no supernatural occurrences, the controversy surrounding the Amityville house did not diminish. Some saw it as a symbol of the power of suggestion, a testament to how fear can warp perception. Others saw it as a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that may lurk in the shadows. Despite the skepticism and controversy, the story of the Amityville house has endured. It has been retold in books, movies, and countless late-night conversations. Perhaps it's the allure of the unknown, the thrill of the unexplainable, that keeps us coming back to this tale. The truth behind the Amityville haunting remains shrouded in mystery, a chilling enigma that continues to haunt us. Despite the controversies, the Amityville house continues to hold a grim fascination for horror enthusiasts worldwide. The eerie charm of its Dutch colonial architecture, combined with the chilling stories that echo through its halls, has solidified its status as a symbol of supernatural horror. What makes the Amityville house truly enduring is the mystery that shrouds it. The inconsistencies in the accounts, the unanswered questions, the inexplicable occurrences, they all add layers to the enigma. One can't help but be drawn into the labyrinthine narrative, seeking answers that remain elusive. The Amityville story has permeated deeply into our culture, proving that our fascination with the unknown is as potent as ever. The house's fame, or rather infamy, skyrocketed with the publication of Jay Anson's book, The Amityville Horror. The book, claiming to be based on the true experiences of the Lutz family, quickly became a bestseller. It painted a vivid picture of a family tormented by invisible forces, their dream home turned into a nightmare. The cultural impact didn't stop at the book. The Amityville Horror was adapted into a blockbuster movie in 1979, further ingraining the story into the public consciousness. The image of the house with its distinctive quarter-moon windows became an iconic emblem of horror. The movie spawned numerous sequels and remakes, each adding their own twist to the tale. But beyond the pages of the book and the frames of the movie, the real Amityville house stands. It has seen families come and go, witnessed joy and tragedy, and weathered storms, both literal and metaphorical. It remains a tangible testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. As the sun sets over Amityville, one can't help but wonder what really happened in that house. For now, the answers remain within its walls, silent as the grave. As the